Hey vinyl community, Brian again. I'm Gibson A9 on YouTube, and I am here again for another installment of my tour through my progressive rock vinyl collection. So, good stuff today. We are about halfway through. We've gone all the way through letter M, and today we start with N. So some good stuff in here today. All you people that are progressive rock fans will recognize this stuff. If you don't know progressive rock and you're trying to figure out what it's all about, check out some of these groups that I'm mentioning in these videos. So we'll get started today with letter N. So the first group in N would be Nektar, N-E-K-T-A-R. And this was Nektar's first album, Journey to the Center of the Eye. And this was from fairly early, 1971. And I believe they were German or Austrian, maybe. Nektar, they were European anyway. This is on Bellafon Records. But this is good prog. They've got some good guitar work and some good keyboard work in here. Nektar, Journey to the Center of the Eye. And so I've got a bunch of Nektar coming up here. The next one I've got is Remember the Future. Look at that. How's that for a Prog album cover, huh? You can just tell it's going to have some good stuff on it. Remember the Future, and this was from '74. I think I'm missing one in there. I'm missing Tab in the Ocean, which has got a cool looking album cover, but that's an incredible album, Tab in the Ocean, and I'm still trying to find a good copy of that. But this is Remember the Future, and it's probably up there with my favorite Nektar albums. I'm trying to see. Yeah, Taff Freeman was the keyboard player, but this is good stuff. This is a gatefold album here, Remember the Future. Next Nektar album, Down to Earth. Kind of a cool album cover there with a double-decker bus. A little bit closer view of the guys in the band there, dressed up funny. From 1975, Down to Earth. This is a strong album here, Recycled by Nektar. Have a wild album cover there. And this was '75 also, and also on Passport Records or Bellafon. Unfortunately, one of the guys that I got these from, he put stickers on all his albums, so this one's called Magic as a Child. And again, another incredible album cover, matching the music. It's good stuff in here. This is from '77, so a little bit. Larry Fast was the synthesizer player on here, and Larry Fast had another group called Synergy. So a little bit later on, we'll see his Synergy albums, but incredible synthesist, as we should say. Yeah. Alright, so that's it for what I have on Nektar, and again, Tab in the Ocean is my missing Nektar classic there that I'm still looking for a copy for. So, on we go to The Nice. So The Nice were a group from the late '60s, very early progressive rock, or you could even say proto-progressive rock, pre-progressive rock. Keith Emerson's band before he started Emerson, Lake and Palmer. So here's The Thoughts of Emerlist Davjak by The Nice. So Emerlist Davjak being the four of these guys' names put together. Emerson, let me see, Emerlist, can't remember what their names are. Davy O'List, O''List, so Emerlist Davjak, Davjak being David O'List and Lee Jackson. No, Brian Davison, I'm sorry. Brian Davison, Davy O'List, Lee Jackson, and Keith Emerson. So anyway, I'm going too far with that whole concept, but this is on Immediate. And again, hard to find that in good shape. I've got a couple copies of that. Both of them are about in this condition. But this is from early. This is probably maybe 68, somewhere in that range. So Keith Emerson basically was taking classical music and making kind of rock versions of that. But I really enjoy this. I thought Brian Davidson did a good job on drums. I thought his drumming was kind of similar to Michael Giles from King Crimson, just kind of creative and subtle a little bit. Next one by the Nice would be Ars Longa Vita Brevia. I love that album cover. They have just colored x-rays. And this one's from 1973. America from West Side Story is on here, so a lot of people did covers of that. You'll recall that Yes did a cover of America as well. Ars Longa Vita Brevis is sort of a long classical type piece. And he's got some on here like the Intermezzo from Karelia Suite from Sibelius. So Keith Emerson did a lot of hijacking of classical songs done on, back in this point, probably mostly Hammond organ. He hadn't really gotten into his Moog modular phase by this point, I don't believe. The one you see a lot of is this double live set, Keith Emerson with the Nice, and this is a double live set. This is really good. Some of the songs, I think they kind of jam on and on, a little bit long, a little bit too much filler, but some excellent, if you like classical music and you like rock music combined, you'll probably like the Nice. Good stuff. The Nice had a bunch of other releases that I'm not really sure on when they were released exactly, so I'm just going to show them. They're probably out of order time-wise here. Five Bridges by the Nice. And this version is a later pressing of this. You can see it's got the barcode on it, so this is probably an 80s. This was originally put out in 1970, but this is obviously a later pressing. Here's Elegy by the Nice. Kind of a cool Hypnosis looking cover there. In fact, it is a Hypnosis cover. There we go. And this also has America on it. Not exactly sure when this came out. I would say early 70s anyway. On Mercury. Elegy. Autumn 67 to Spring 68. This is a collection from the Nice. So this was later on as well. Recorded between Autumn 67 and Spring 68. Another Hypnosis sleeve there. And I don't know if this is the same album or not, just with a different cover. This is called Autumn to Spring by the Nice. I'm not too knowledgeable about the Nice and exactly what the difference between a lot of these releases were. This is from 1973 on Famous Charisma. Famous Charisma label, Buddha, the American version of that. And I don't know if you can see it there, but that's kind of embossed there on the cover, so that's kind of cool where the leaves are. But again, it also says recorded at Olympic Studios between Autumn 67 and Spring 68. So it may be, in fact, the same album that I just showed, but with a different cover. Okay, that's the ends. On to the O's. Not many O's to cover. One of them is progressive rock, and the other one is Roger Dean related. So this is a classic progressive rock album here. Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells. And many of you will recognize this release, I think was the theme music from The Exorcist, the movie. Kind of a creepy movie, but this is from 1973 on Virgin Records. So a little Roger Dean shout out there. Roger Dean made the label design for Virgin Records. Mike Oldfield played all the instruments on this album: electric guitar, organ, guitars, piano, drums. you name it, he played it. So kind of a one-man show there. But this is a really excellent album. Good. He was a good composer and a good arranger of his own music and performer. The other one that I've got by Michael Oldfield, even though he's put out a lot of good ones, is Amadon. And Amadon is, I like that better than Tubular Bells. This is just an amazing, this is sort of similar in style to the Lord of the Rings album by Bo Hansen. That, to me, they sound kind of similar. Mostly instrumental. I think all instrumental, but anyway. Amadon by Mike Oldfield. And there was another, Hergest Ridge, I believe, is another Michael Oldfield album that's really good, but I'm looking for a good copy of that as well. So, okay, finishing out the O's, we've got a group which is not at all progressive rock. They are more of a funk and an African type sounding group, but Roger Dean did the artwork for them, and it is phenomenal. So this group is called Osibisa. And look at that, Flying Elephants from Roger Dean. Just doesn't get any better than that, right? Let me take these out. These are worth showing in their full gatefold glory. But first Osibisa album, wonderful Roger Dean artwork. And he also illustrated their second release, which is called Woyoya. Love that album cover. Osibisa Woyoya. Again with the flying elephants there. Wish he could have saved these for a progressive rock band, but so be it. You can see that not really progressive rock there, although I'm sure it's good music. But okay, so that's it for the N's and O's. So thank you guys for sticking with me. Next we're on to the P's, and boy, some good stuff in the P's. Of course, Pink Floyd. One of the biggies of prog rock is Pink Floyd. So what else do we have in P? PFM. Premiata Fornieri Marconi, the big, one of the top 3 Italian prog groups. So there's some good stuff coming up in the next video. Stay tuned, be sure to watch. Drop me a note if you can on the YouTube channel. And if you're out there watching, I'd love to interact with you a little bit. So thank you guys. Being healthy today, I guess, exercising and drinking my Gatorade. So be good. Check you later. Wait, don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. I messed up. I took a record out so I could put it on and play it during the video, and I forgot to put the sleeve back in to show you, and it's probably my favorite record of the entire set we just played. So let me put it in here at the end, and you can remember it alphabetically. But this is another Italian prog classic. This is the New Trolls Concerto Grosso per I, or per E, maybe, how you pronounce it. But this is probably my favorite Italian progressive rock album that I've heard. It's what was playing in the background and is playing in the background in this video, as well as the earlier part. This to me is a perfect blending of pure classical music with violins and an orchestra, and great, well done progressive rock. Almost sounding like Jethro Tull in parts with the flute. This is a reissue from maybe last year, I guess I would say, but let's see here. The New Trolls, just a phenomenal album. Just very classical sounding and rocking as well, but beautiful melodies on here. There's a video on YouTube of them playing Concerto Grosso live, and it wasn't all that long ago. It was in the last 10 years, and they did a phenomenal version. They had a live, it was outside in Italy. They had a live symphony there, and same guys playing and singing on this album. And the words, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream, from Shakespeare's Hamlet, are kind of what they put to music here, but incredible stuff. I'm absolutely delighted with this. So, sorry for forgetting it. See you guys.